Welcome back everyone, this is Dante Raids and today we're playing Raid Shadow Legends for the Hell Hades free-to-play challenge once again. It is day 13 of the account. We got the 500 energy today, so we progressed a lot in the missions. But before we get into that, first of all I must comment on the disgusting lag this account has when it comes to getting legendaries. As I said in my first videos, I'm not a min-max player, I could never play like that. So very often you will see me simply waste resources. I thought I would save some shards for the next champion chase, but since we had a summoner rush midweek, I thought I would pull so I can get some of the early rewards, like energy and gems. So when an ancient popped in the market, I bought it and pulled it right away. And Harima popped out of it. A warning, mainly for newer players. This is by no means the optimal way to play the game, it is just the way I like to play the game. If you want to make the most of your shards, always wait for a 2x event or an event tournament, and optimally it should coincide with the fusion. So don't do like I do. As far as the second Harima is concerned, maybe in a well-developed account this would be an amazing pull, since Harima is one of the best champions in the game. For endgame arena, chimera, hydra, siege, basically every area of the game. But in such a new account like this, it is a bit different. I can't just build the second one, even building the first one was a hassle, and I definitely can't book her. Although books are not really mandatory for her to work really well. So the choices are two. Either keep her as a faction guardian and let her in the vault, or in the future just get her to 50, maybe if I have the resources get her to 60, and get her in tag team arena or a second team in hydra. And the second choice is to empower the first one. This will give a very nice stat boost to Harima and will help me, especially now in the first month that we don't have really strong gear. I have posted a poll in the community tab until Friday, and I will have a link in the description below, so feel free to vote and comment your suggestions about what to do with her in this account. Now, as far as the account's progression is concerned, finally War Maiden and Diabolist dropped in campaign, so I could do the Justiciar fusion, and I could progress to the third part of the Arbiter missions. The Arbiter missions are very important at this point because they give me great resources so I can progress my account. The next big barrier for the missions is basically the potion keeps that are in rotation, and we have to wait up to 1 week for them to open so we can do the runs. Second achievement I am proud of for the account is beating Griffin on stage 50 on Doom Tower. We were stuck here for a couple of days, but a relatively simple change made it much easier. What I did is change Harima to a resistance build. But let's see how we got there. I will share my train of thought in case it helps anyone watching. When you are stuck in a stage, first of all you need to take a step back and even on auto put it on 1x speed if you can't follow it on 2x and see why the run is failing. Then ask yourself if you can pass it, if you can manual the run and pass it, and more often than not this is the real answer. If not, then you have to check if you have the champions and the skills needed to pass the challenge. If you do have the champion and the skills, then you have to ask if you have the stats needed. And if you don't, then you have to just re-gear your champions and do it. In my case, what was killing me even on manual was this passing from the boss. It was hitting my champions when they get under 50% HP and putting heal reduction on the target. Although I do have Ugo that can cleanse the heal reduction, she's not booked so she will do it only once in the run, and that if she doesn't die first. So that is not a real solution. We don't have a block debuffs on the account, so checking the passive, it doesn't say anywhere that it cannot be resisted, so next solution is try to resist it. Then the next step is to check the Hell Hades stages tool. Here we can see that we need 205 resistance to resist most of the boss's debuffs. So all I did is try to get Harima in lifesteal gear in more than 205, in my case 220 resistance, and depended on War Master for most of my damage. This build also allows Harima to resist most debuffs up to stage 16 on dungeons, like the Poisons in Dragon, the freeze and heal reduction in Ice Golem, and the Poisons in Spider. So never forget that the resistance is actually really important for PvE. It will make your life much easier. In my case, for example, it allows me to farm Dragon 20 with food. I basically do it with Wukong and Harima. Harima doing most of the damage and staying alive with lifesteal gear in a resistance build, and Wukong taking much of the hit since he is very easy to die, but keeps popping up all the time with his passive, so Harima will not take every single attack on the waves. In Classic Arena, I'm still staying at the brink of gold on purpose, because there is a mission coming up that wants us to beat 100 champions in Arena. That will be much easier for our level in Silver, where we can farm whole pages of enemies. In Tag Team Arena, we're just still farming medals in Bronze 1. In Demon Lord, we're doing okay, just not as good as I would want to. In Hard, we can 2-key the highest chest, and in Brutal, we can get up to Guardian chest most of the days with 2 keys. Of course, the team is not tuned yet, and we have only 2 6-stars with War Master, so there's a lot of improvement to come. All I do right now is farm food for our third 60. I farm gear when I can in Dragon with food, and also pop in Mino for a few runs so we can get Tyrant Masteries. Silver is actually the biggest problem I have right now, because even the gear I have, I can't fully utilize it, since I can't upgrade it or even regear champions when I need it. Plarium won't be watching this, but even big content creators agree that, especially for new players, regearing should be free. Until you have your teams set up in the first month and you are up to a nice level, paying silver for regearing is a real pain. As for the leaderboards, I'm still first in the general at the time of this recording, and be aware that I don't get this for granted. I do acknowledge that most of the content creators are seasoned players as well, so they know what they're doing. So I do know that if I slack off, they'll get past easily. That's it for today. Now we get back to grind for the next 60. Thanks to everyone for watching. I really appreciate the support. Don't forget to vote on the poll for Harima. It will end on Friday. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment with suggestions or whatever you want. Until next time, take care.